Was popping. I can't even take myself serious, guys. I can't do that smolder crap. No, it's not me. Anyways, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Trace Trades. We have technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. Today, my friends, we're giving you guys an update on ticker symbol SENS, Senseonics. And man, she has been pumping lately. I'm so pumped to talk about this today. It is looking like it might actually be green here. So far, green in the pre-market, up 3.78%. To be completely transparent, I do have a position in this company. I have 4 call options for the 5.5 strike price, expiring on 19 March 2021. I've got 61 shares on here, and I also purchased a pretty decent amount of shares on my other brokerage account. I've got about $2,000 worth of Senseonics on that portfolio as well. So we're gonna look at the fundamentals of the company, the why should you care? Why do I think this is going to grow? We're gonna compare it to the leading sector, the leading company in the sector, which is Dexcom, and why I think it has potential to be up there as a big game player, right? And then we're gonna look at some fundamental news, some recent news catalysts, some news catalysts that are upcoming that could help push the price action, right? Which is why I have the call options that I do at this current moment. And then we're going to look at the 1-month chart and the 1-day chart, the meat and potatoes, to get both a macroscopic and microscopic perspective of the overall price action. I've got a couple different indicators pulled up, all right? The RSI, which is the relative strength index. Anything over 70 is overbought, anything under 30 is oversold. This gives us an idea of both bullish and bearish momentum on a chart. And then we've got the 200 EMA and the 15-day MA. The 200 EMA is this purple trend line. That is the exponential moving average, which gives us a price action-based valuation trend line over a 200-day moving period, a macroscopic perspective of overall price action. And then the 15-day MA, which is the moving average. This is a price action-based valuation trend line over a 15-day moving period, which gives us a microscopic perspective of price action. We use these side by side so we can get an idea of when we're going to have potential breakouts or breakdowns and get the best possible entry point and exit point in a stock in that way. We're going to look at the overall volume, which is coming into the stock as well, which I think is very, very positive. We're going to talk about that here in a minute as well. Give you a good entry point. We're doing Fibonacci retracement, get an idea of the overall strength on the chart. Got a lot to talk about here, so let's just get into the video. What is Senseonics? What do they do? Why should you care? What is the why? Senseonics Holdings Incorporated is a medical technology company. The company focuses on the design, development, and commercialization of glucose monitoring systems. The company operates through glucose monitoring systems segment. It offers a continuous glucose monitoring CGM system, Eversense, which is designed an implantable CGM system designed to continually measure glucose levels in people with diabetes. The company's Eversense system consists of components such as a sensor, which is inserted subcutaneously in the upper arm by a healthcare provider, an external removable smart transmitter that receives, assesses, and relays the data from the sensor, and also provides vibratory alerts, and a mobile application that receives data from the transmitter and provides real-time glucose readings, alerts, and other data on the user's mobile device, such as a smartphone, Apple Watch, or tablet. So they are a glucose monitoring company. They work with diabetics specifically, and the constant need for diabetics to monitor their overall glucose levels, right, is never going to go away, right? We know the rate at which this is happening is increasing over time. There's always going to be a demand for glucose monitoring because it is a life or death situation for very many people. So with technology like this, you can completely change the game. And I want to show you a couple of reasons why I think they stand out from some of the competition, specifically Dexcom. So I've got their website pulled up here, and this is the Eversense CGM system, the continuous glucose monitoring system. It's the world's only long-term CGM system. With the Eversense 90-day CGM system, you can actively manage your diabetes simply and with confidence. Eversense provides continuous blood glucose monitoring for up to 90 days via an under-the-skin sensor, a removable and rechargeable smart transmitter, and a convenient app for real-time diabetes monitoring and management. And they are actually in the works of developing a 180-day CGM system, meaning that this 90-day thing, double it. That's what you're going to be looking at in terms of what CGM could be capable of with the Eversense system. Now, compare that to Dexcom, which has a 10-day continuous glucose monitoring system, right? That is vastly, vastly different. So Dexcom, if we just pull this up here really quick, we can see what their website looks like. They also have a continuous glucose monitoring system, the Dexcom G6. And if we just take a quick peek at what this looks like, well, I don't want to buy it. So we've got, 1 second, let me just pull this up here quick. Okay, so check this out. This is the Dexcom G6 system. It's a simple auto applicator, a one-touch applicator, easily inserts a small sensor just beneath the skin. Sensor and transmitter, a slim sensor continuously measures glucose levels just beneath the skin and sends data wirelessly to a display device through a transmitter. And then the display device is a small touchscreen receiver or compatible smart device, displays real-time glucose data. In a lot of ways, it's similar to what Eversense does. But here's the difference. Wearable sensor that no one will know you're wearing. You got to stick it right on your skin, right? It's an external patch, essentially, that just sits there for you to monitor your glucose levels. Whereas the Eversense system is subcutaneously inserted into your arm, and you don't need to worry about it for 90 days as of now. If they get FDA approval for the 180-day system, that is 6 months. So you essentially just have to get it touched up on and get it worked on twice a year to be able to manage your glucose levels, and it gives you alerts every 5 minutes. So we can see here, the Dexcom G6 features a 10-day wear sensor that is designed to be water resistant and easy to insert with an auto applicator. Helps you stay in control, 0 finger pricks, customizable alerts and alarms, share your glucose data. So very similar to what Eversense does, but the big difference being that Eversense is a 90-day system, right? And it's inserted under the arm subcutaneously. Here's the sensor, here's the transmitter, straight to the mobile app. Very, very easy. This is removable to rechargeable and water resistant, sends data every 5 minutes to your mobile device, provides on-body alerts even when your mobile device is not nearby, which means it is vibratory. It will tell you when you need to pay attention to your glucose levels and do something, right, by vibrating the overall sensor on your arm. So that is good. That is very interesting, and honestly, my friends, if they get that 180 FDA approval, to me, this is a complete standout in comparison to Dexcom, right? Of course, Dexcom is the current leader in that industry, right? They're trading over $400 a share the last that I checked, but Eversense could definitely compete. This is a disruptive company. This is going to be a disruptor, and honestly, having competition with Dexcom, right, is going to force them to either lower the prices on their product, or they're just going to lose sales because they're currently like a monopoly, right? So we know that if you monopolize, treatment for a certain disease, for a certain illness, right? I think about, what is it? When people are allergic to bees, for instance, like the stuff that you inject in your arm when you're allergic to bees, I think that's super expensive. Glucose monitoring stuff, no different. It's a very expensive process. And if you don't have health insurance, you could get screwed. Well, by having these two different companies, it's really going to not just make you money, but do some good for the world as well, because it's going to create competition. And you see it between gas stations in towns, right? So one gas station will have it gas at like $1.80. Another gas station will have it at $1.78. You'll see them ping back and forth and try and get the best possible price over each other so they can bring in the business. You're going to see the same thing happen with Senseonics and Dexcom, in my personal opinion. We have an upcoming known news catalyst, right? So we got this upcoming event, which is the 10th annual SVB Leerink Global Healthcare Conference, which is expected to happen on February 25th, 2021, which would be 1 week from today. And this is all speculation. But I've heard some talk and rumors that it is possible they talk about that 180-day CGM system at that healthcare conference, right? And as I'd mentioned, if they get FDA approval on that product and they can start pushing that out, commercializing it, selling it, that is going to be a huge, huge game changer. This is a disruptive company. They have so much freaking potential, and I am so bullish on them. I'm almost as if I'm 10 out of 10 bullish on my girl Mavis. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, that is ticker symbol MVIS. You know that is my favorite stock in the market. I am 10 out of 10 bullish on MVIS, and I'm probably like 8.5 bullish on Senseonics. I'm going to look up the overall institutional ownership on this company and just give you an idea of what we're looking at, because you do want to pay attention to where big money is going with their money, right? And Senseonics has a pretty good chunk. It's got 19% institutional ownership, which is 71.6 million total shares. If we look at the most recent buy-ins, there is some huge ones as of February 16th. 4 big buyers, right? 12.25 million shares here, 28.3 million shares here, 7.9, 14.48, right? That is some significant buy action, and that is a huge, huge chunk of the pie here. And honestly, I don't even know if this number is updated yet, because I'm just doing some quick math on the ownership down here, and it looks like it's actually much, much higher than we see above. So we're looking at 40% with just these two, 45, 51, 59. You guys get the picture here. The ownership across institutions is extremely high. So you want to pay attention to where big money's going, because not only is this important, right? Big money doesn't go into penny stocks with no conviction. It's also important because this changes the overall float availability, right? So we've got 372 million shares outstanding, and we're just going to roll with 71 million. We'll say that's what the actual number is. If 71 million shares are currently owned by institutions, that means that retail investors without shorts have to work with about 300 million shares, which is decreasing the overall float, which increases the volatility. So that is going to help us really reach those higher price targets. And that is what we're looking at with the fundamentals of the company, institutional investors, upcoming news catalysts. I feel very comfortable that there is some solid potential here for Senseonics. As I had mentioned, I do have a call option on this stock for March 19th. It is the 5.5 strike, which is selling currently at about $1.05 per contract, or per share per contract. So it'd be about $105 right now if you wanted to get a contract for that exact same expiration. I chose this because I've got very high conviction in the upcoming known news catalysts, right? I don't play with options unless I feel very convicted and there are known news catalysts, right? Because if you were just picking random option contracts, calls specifically, or puts, either one, you're gambling if you don't know what's going to happen. So we want to make the most educated decisions that we can. And this is a stock that I think has some very educated decision making that is possible to deduce a positive outcome with. So that's what we're looking at in terms of fundamentals and upcoming news. If we look at the overall chart setup, it is looking very, very solid right now. We've got a huge gap here between the 15 MA and the 200 EMA. What does this mean? It means that the microscopic price action over the last 15 days is gapping away from the average price action over the last 200, meaning that we're seeing unusual trading volume, most likely, which is fueling that because you can't have unusual price action without unusual volume. So the volume's higher, volatility is higher, price valuations are higher. And when you see this gap up, or you see the 15 MA start to approach the 200 EMA, it can be an indicator of upcoming action to come, right? So just looking at where we're at right now, it does appear as though Senseonics is in a little bit of a downward channel. We've got this level of support right here, and I would anticipate sometime within the next day that we're going to see a pretty hard push either above this descending level of resistance or below this level of support. Since the overall macroscopic trend is bullish, we're more inclined to believe that it's going to push over this descending level of resistance. However, we do need some more momentum to step back into the stock, and we don't currently have that right now. We saw this insane move right here, this crazy upper moving channel, ascending level of support, ascending level of resistance, right? That 15 MA gapping way over the 200 EMA. The volume was absolutely insane 2 days ago. So we're going to need that volume to stick around here coming into the next trading day, but it is very possible that we see it start to move. And one thing that I am noticing is we've got this nice engulfing candlestick pattern, that bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, which is when you have a green candle following another red candle that is engulfing that previous candle, right? So that is typically a sign of an upcoming bullish reversal. I do like to see that quite a bit, and I am very bullish on Senseonics. I think it's got some great potential. Good entry point, right? What are we going to be looking at? On the R side, it's currently trading at 49, and if it does end up coming down to this level of support that we see right here, $4.60 is going to treat you pretty dang well. If it does not hold at $4.60, you're going to be looking at about $4.27 as the next level to watch for. We do have a little bit of a gap to fill down here. So if it does end up selling off and dropping below that 460 mark, that is most likely we're going to see it pull back to. However, with the upcoming known news catalyst, we do know that we have that conference next week, next Thursday. I'm more inclined to believe that the following days leading into that are going to be pretty hype. There's going to be a lot of buying pressure. You're going to see a lot of people trying to step into this and beat the play, right? So I'm pretty bullish on this. I think that it is going to hold over 460, but I want to prepare you for the worst case scenario as well as the best case scenario. So I'm going to be holding this as a long-term position. I'm using these call options to supplement, right, to be able to kind of capitalize on the short-term gains while I'm waiting for the long-term gains to come around, because I truly do believe that if they can act as a big competitor with Dexcom, they're going to be a $100 company within a year or so. If we just pull up Dexcom right now, I did talk about them being a $400 stock, and you can see that is the case. They're trading at $410. So I think it's very, very possible that we see Senseonics do something similar to that down the road. So I will be holding this as a long-term position in my portfolio. If we check out the one-day chart here really quick, I'm just going to delete all this stuff so I can give you an idea of what we're looking at. So far in the pre-market, it looks like we might have the beginning of a cup and handle formation. The price action is very choppy, not a lot of volume pumping into this right now, but if we get a little bit of a cup and handle, which is a big dip as you see right here, right, this is the cup, and a smaller dip such as this, right, that would be the handle. And that would be a bullish indicator of an upcoming run. So if you do end up seeing this form out, I would anticipate that you see a pretty solid green day on the stock here for Senseonics. We do have the 15 MA trading over the 200 EMA right now, so we do have double confirmation as of this current moment of bullish territory. We're looking pretty solid. Yesterday's price action was a little bit barcode-ish, which does come from the lack of volume. It was a red day across the market. A lot of stocks sold off socks. A lot of socks. I'm not even wearing socks. A lot of stocks sold off, and this was not an exception. Barcoded the rest of the day because of the lack of volume. And that is what we're looking at right now with the stock, and that is what I have for the video today. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Lastly, I have an affiliate link in the description box down below for Webull. This is version 4 for the desktop. Absolutely great platform that allows you to start trading at 4 a.m. in the pre-market. If you use my link, you get 2 free stocks with a $100 deposit. I'll receive a free stock. Great way to support the channel, my friends, and if you're not interested, that is totally fine. I just appreciate your support by taking the time to watch my videos. I also have a link to the merch store in the description box down below if you'd like to check that out. That is cool. If not, that is cool too. That is what I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I will see you all next time. Peace.